Expertzlab in Palarivatam, Kochi introduces free online sessions to empower people. Technology is our passion, and thus we deliver many free courses online. Here we introduces Unix commands and VI editor. Activity lab is very important so that you get a hands-on session on every aspect of the course, the subject that we cover. We assume that you can take up a terminal and type any simple commands and get the response. For example, in any Unix or Linux machine, you can just go to a page, a command window where you can type your commands. The first basic command that you would be very interested to learn is just give a clear to clear up the screen. Also, just type ls to see what is in the current directory. You can also give ls minus capital R to give recursively display any content including the subfolder. To understand which is your present working directory, give the command pwd so that you know where you are. Similarly, very simple commands to go back to the parent directory where you are, you can use cd dot dot. Here dot dot represents the parent folder. Typically, a Unix file system will comprise of some predefined folders. The slash, which is here, represents the root of the file system, where it's a mount point for your hard disk. The entire file system will be accessible under this root. Users' home folders will be inside home normally. For example, Girish, Sijo are different users, and their content, the user specific content, will be go to this folder. So the complete path will be slash home Girish Sijo. For example, in my case, if my username is Girish, typically that will be slash home slash Girish. This need not be very rigid tool. You can set your home folder with some configurations in any file system, any Linux machine. For example, I have configured a different folder, say for example volumes data, as my home folder. So when I want to go to my home folder, you can use the command cd plus enter. So you will be taken to your home folder. So my home folder is slash volumes data. So it is very good to notice that you just give wherever you are, just press cd and enter. It will take you to your home folder. So similarly, there are other folders as well, say usr, user, shared in between many users, mostly the user related files which he wants to share in between other users, like the libraries, the commonly used files, etc., can be put in this particular location. And Linux uses so many commands and which are binaries and stored in bin folder. So super user related binaries, where you manage the file system, you manage the users and their permissions, etc. Those commands is stored in sbin folder. Unix file system has a special folder etc, which is used for configurations, the network configuration, system specific configuration, the host name, many other network parameters, etc. are stored in etc configuration section. MNT is traditionally used for mounting other folders, and you have any optional softwares you want to store, then you can use OPT. Also, some logs related to various programs that you run in your machine, you can configure the var, and there are many other logs folders under that. Linux related process and its memory information, the hard disk information, etc., are stored in a typical folder pre-ROC, which you need not really directly manipulate or look at that content unless you just want to get some information about your system. So to recap, to go to your home folder, just press CD, and then to see the current working directory, you can use simply pwd, which is a short form of present working directory. Now, how to create a folder for you to store other files and other folders? It's very simple. To give the directory command, make directory command mkdir without any space, and then after the command give a space and a folder name. So for example, I'm just showing you to create a folder. Say I'm just moving into my another folder. CD is used for moving from one file folder to another folder. For example, I am in volumes data and then I want to move to workspace. I can use CD space and then CD works. So you can give together CD workspace slash works. That's also will work. And then now I'm going to create another subfolder mkdir my folder. So you to move to that CD my folder. So this is present working directory will give you a my folder within the works folder which we just created. So any empty folder can be just deleted by using rmdir. So there's needed to be a space in between rmdir and the folder name. So that is just to remove that directory. So for example, I can demonstrate that. Say for example, I am in my folder. I'm just going outside my folder. That's my parent directory works, and then I'm giving rmdir and then give my folder as the directory to be deleted. Now when I use present working directory, I am in works, and then ls, which will not display my folder directory. So when I try to move to my folder, since that folder doesn't exist, you can say no, you can see no such file or directory when you try to move into that folder. But when if the folder is not empty and if you have any content inside that, then you cannot just do rmdir. Instead, you have to use a special command rm with a space and then some options minus rf. Minus r means recursively and f means forcefully. So you please take care to use this command, because once you use it and removed it, and you cannot easily get it back unless you add all your files into a JIT or a common version control systems. So I'm just taking you to the sample. Say for example, I'm making the folder make dir m1 and then cd m1. I'm just creating a file inside that. Say for example, touch abc folder. So ls, it's a folder, and then I'm going out from m1 and then rmdir m1. It will not delete because directory is not empty. So you can delete that directory by giving minus rm minus rf and then m1, which will remove that folder. So that's one of the easiest way to remove a folder which contains a lot of subfolders and other files. So similarly, we already discussed that CD, and then you give a path to a particular folder so that your current folder will be changed to the target directory that you gave with CD command. So please remember that in between CD and the path that you give, there should be a space at least. So thank you for watching Expertzlab. We will be giving many more lessons like this bit by bit. So you can just watch it and then be by heart or be practice that. So many lessons like this are coming. So thank you for watching.